Hi everybody, welcome back and thank you for your loyalty. There are times when I wish I could thank those of you who are loyal, no matter what, personally, or show you some measure of gratitude, because God alone knows how difficult it sometimes is to keep going with the channel. There are times when I'm frustrated, sad, or even just downright angry. And one such time was when I got all that backlash about Lani. Even some of my supporters came with things like, he's a well-respected British historian, blah, blah, blah. I was honestly sad and angry because some others came with other YouTubers who were in cahoots with him, how wonderful their interviews were and what rubbish Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was and how wrong I was to defend him. Well, I wasn't defending him. All I want is the truth, and the truth to be judged in a court of law. And if the man is guilty of anything illegal, then send him to prison. Just like Epstein, just like Maxwell or anyone else. Except, of course, the Clintons and old Bill Gates, whom the FBI refused to investigate regardless of how many times they've been with old Jeff on his island, how many times they've been on old Jeff's aeroplane and in his Manhattan pad, etc., etc. Old Jeff even has a portrait of Clinton in a red dress in his Manhattan home. Clinton also flew on the Lolita Express 17 times. Epstein visited Clinton at the White House 17 times. After the presidency, Clinton visited Epstein numerous times, and so on and so on. But I digress. This is not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is Lani. And to start the rant off, I want to read to you a post by the Vintage Read Show. And those of you who follow her would know she had numerous interviews and podcasts with Lani. Okay, I'm just going to read pieces to you. You can enlarge the screen and read the entire thing for yourself. Anyway, she starts, I have decided to cancel my weekly podcast with Lani. After careful consideration, I no longer feel able to continue our collaboration. Third paragraph. However, I cannot associate myself with the article Andrew published on his Substack yesterday evening, in which he repeated unproven and highly personal allegations about the marriage of the Prince and Princess of Wales. The piece contained no new evidence or documentation, yet it caused fresh distress and reignited speculation around the world. Paragraph 6. After reflection, I have concluded that I can no longer put my own name alongside his in a regular broadcast. This decision is mine alone, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know what to say except I told you so. Number one, the man is now going for the most salacious. He is spreading gossip more than we are, and he's doing less checking and investigating than we are. And his gossip, unlike ours, is mostly dirty, filthy, and extremely damaging. I mean, just go ask Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. I mean, really? 40 prostitutes in 48 hours? Is the man insane? And to think that some of you actually defended that point. He clearly does not know what men do with prostitutes, and besides, to spend that much energy, you will have to eat and sleep and shower. Plus, Andrew still travelled to his appointments and socialised with other people. Also, Lani also has footnotes at the bottom of the pages of his own book, clearly stating that he does not have proof, but he's publishing it anyway. So after all this, we can truthfully say the man, Andrew Lani, is a gossip monger, just like us, or worse than us, and a liar, which at least I can't talk for anyone else, but I'm really trying to stick to the truth. Okay, gossip slips through, and not all gossip is actually true, that I know. But I don't put myself out as something I'm not. So I mean, taking all of that into consideration, how can we now trust anything he tells us? Once a liar, always a liar. If you do not have proof of something, then you do not publish it. Our words are here today, gone tomorrow. His is black and white on paper, and it will probably be here 100 years from now. And now what? The lies are already out there. You can retract and retract, it does not matter. Some people do not read the fine print, and others do not care about the fine print. Andrew has now lost everything to a large extent due to Lani's ill-researched book. As I said, the book is only part of it, so don't come at me and say, oh, it's not just the book. No, I know it's not just the book. Lani is still trying to tell us there's more to come because he thinks he can now make more money. I mean, he's now on a very lucrative bandwagon. Now, I'm telling you, I would not pay a penny to read jack shit of his. And not because of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, but because I detest hateful liars like him. People who approach you with this holier-than-thou attitude. I'm a good guy. I'm a historian. Fuck that. You know what? Lady C calls herself a historian and she does not have a degree in history. I have followed the royal family for nearly 60 years. And I've done these videos for more than 7 years. So I guess you can call me a historian too. Yes, Andrew was still buddies with Epstein, still had contact with him, and yes, that was his mistake, a big one. But who knows what the real truth is? Virginia had to recant and withdraw her testimony numerous times. Why? Because she lied. Why do you think Virginia was not called in during Maxwell's last court appearances? Because she was a liar. She is not a truthful witness. Now, strange how suddenly everybody, ex-maids and butlers and protection officers, suddenly, after Lani's book, have something to say. All for a couple of pounds or dollars, of course. Lucrative bandwagon. Look, don't get me wrong. Andrew is not 100% innocent. I truly do not think that. I think he, whether he partook himself or not, he knew what Epstein was doing, or he had a very good idea of what he was doing. And Andrew himself, he is entitled and spoiled, just like his older brother. But until I know the truth, I'm not going to stand up for Andrew and protect him or talk on his behalf or for him. For all I know, he is the biggest a-hole in the world, and I'm totally ready to accept that. I mean, there is nothing to prove otherwise. But I'm also not going to write a book full of unsubstantiated drivel about him either. But you know, it wasn't just Andrew and Sarah and their daughters who were hurt by Lani's drivel. It cost me to lose subscribers and hence income. Things which were said were hurtful and embarrassing. And who's going to fix that? Andrew Lani? No way. He does not care. He'll put on his woe is me face, he's holier and more clever than you face, and count his pennies while he's laughing at us. I mean, I can see him sitting there just counting it. Oh, $1,000 closer to retirement. Oh, another $1,000 closer to retirement. No one will come and apologize to me or resubscribe or make up for loss of income. No one. And in the meantime, Lani is selling and promoting an anti-monarchist book by Graham Smith and talking shit about the only two people who can still save the monarchy, namely William and Catherine. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Rant over. But I'm not going to continue with my planned video today. Tomorrow is another day, and by then I would have calmed down, and we'll talk again tomorrow. So until then, please take good care of yourselves and stay safe. And don't waste your money on a book like Andrew Lani's. Okay? Okay, guys. Take care. Bye.